let's let's do this because I forgot to start my YouTube stream. I haven't started my reactions, so good timing. Welcome, welcome YouTube to the stream. We're getting ready to do some reactions. Have you ever heard of a YouTuber named PackGod? PackGod. Like this man would find some degenerates and then make like rap about them and like destroy them in his bars. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're freestyle. They probably weren't. They're probably written. I wouldn't care. But I like Pat God. You know what I'm saying? To be honest. But he roasts the shit out of like the most degenerate streamers or YouTubers or whatever content creators. He roasts people. Like if there was somebody who was like, you know, talking shit about their dad or talking shit about, uh anyone, he'd be like, all right, well, I'm gonna roast you. Anyway, I like Pat God, but apparently, no one respects Pat God anymore. Well, at least, I mean, according to Ryan Pictures, let me show you. No one, why no one respects Pat God anymore? Link to the video will be in the description below. But yeah, I don't. Well, this came out like 10 days ago. Personally, I still respect Pat God. I like his shit. So, is this just hate? Is he just hating? I wonder if Pat God knows about it. All right, let's go.
We'll be exploring how PackGod's toxic empire collapsed when the kids he trained to, from going viral as a king of roasts to losing the respect of his own audience. We'll be exploring how PackGod's toxic empire collapsed when the kids he trained to attack others decided to use those same tactics against him.
He trained people to attack others. Is that okay? So you're saying he weaponized his audience. He weaponized his chat. Is that what you're saying? Hopefully that's not what he did. But if that's what he did, then if that's what he did, you feel me? There's nothing like trying to fight solid evidence, right? Anyway, I don't know if that's exactly what he did, and I am just stalling so I can like edit shit. All right, let's go.
PackGod pioneered Discord packing, live-streamed roast battles where participants engage in rapid-fire insults, which became a viral sensation through platforms like YouTube and TikTok.
Okay, so something like that, yeah, I get it. Like you have a Discord full of people that build the strength of their ability to insult others. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But you have to be aware of what kind of audience you're building if that's the type of shit you're telling them to do. Feel me? So yeah, whatever.
TikTok. It's basically just yelling into the mic to see whoever is the loudest in the room.
When you got a Decepticon in your nostril, bro. Come on, boy. If you don't get your tangerine, Mr. Clean, can I get a jelly bean? You're in Stain Rusty Drain, Destiny 2 DLC campaign.
But you might even describe PackGod's
DLC
content as middle school roasts that make absolutely zero sense. His roasting format was extremely consistent. He'd drop a barrage of loud, nonsensical insults directed towards e-girls or furries, leaving them extremely confused as their brains are assaulted by random nonsense and occasionally ear damage due to his loud screaming, all while adding extremely fast-paced editing to maximize the brain rot.
I'm dissing on JJ Alatunje when you fight Jake, maybe someday forehead long like a runway, switching at my floors like that wet beans in a color through the gun game, money talent show, trying to find your talent for hits to come.
This formula somehow propelled him to over 5 million subscribers in just under 2 years after launching his channel on August.
So it's a formula that a lot of looks like a lot of battle rappers use. You know, I think even Eminem has admitted to using this kind of formula. If they talk fast, if you talk fast and say a bunch of shit, then and nobody really knows what you're saying, then it make it sound good. It's fine. Obviously, Eminem has like upgraded his shit because he doesn't just rap fast anymore. He actually, you could actually like slow it down and hear what he's saying and understand that shit and still go with it. You know what I'm saying? So obviously Eminem has ascended this level, but I'm pretty sure even he has um admitted to like rapping fast just because it sounds like just because like he can win. He's like that. Hold on, let me see if I can find a video, find a clip from it. Eminem, why he started rapping fast. Why he raps fast.
I used to rap really fast, and I don't think I was really saying much, but I was just rapping really fast.
See?
You know, but because I was rapping fast, everybody just, I used to win every battle, like, you know, because it was just rap, like, blah, 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 and other kids were rhyming slow, so, you know, I figured the faster you rap, the better you was. I used to rap really fast.
Yeah, it's the same method that PackGOD is using here. Trying to rap fast just to rap fast, and you know, it's more impressive than when you're rapping slow. Like, people aren't actually listening when you're rapping fast. They're just like, oh, he going. You know what I'm saying? They're not really listening. But if you actually like rap slow and take the time to, you know what I'm saying, enunciate everything, and then you'll people will understand you, people will hear what you're saying, and they can comprehend that shit, and then say whether or not you're doing good or bad. But if you're just rapping fast and it's nonsense, people can't really understand it. But but if it sounds good, it'll work. So I think he was taking the same approach. And I think if PackGOD slows down and does his thing, and like really roasts the shit out of people, I think he'll skyrocket even more. Like, if he shows that he can do that, you know, not just rap fast, but he rap slow, and the lyrics in his diss tracks actually have weight and can hold momentum, then I think he'll skyrocket.
15, 2022. With a huge fan base that hyped up anything he did, PackGOD is the only person with such talent and power.
By the way, this is why no one respects PackGOD anymore, by their YouTube channel, Ryan Pictures. Let me grab that real quick. Post it in chat. All right, cool.
To be able to put Gordon Ramsay's roast to shame. The thing I love most about PackGOD is his ability to somehow make each video better than the last. Truly one of the best creators of this generation. But his
honestly, whoever PackGOD's editor is, yeah, they be going hard.
Most viral moments came from targeting controversial figures like Sneeko and EDP445. Watch how PackGOD's quote roasting of Sneeko was really just piggybacking off a bigger creator's notoriety, screaming random insults while Sneeko just sits there, probably wondering why he agreed to this.
You like Barack Obama's autistic cousin? Wataka no how my dumbass boy, you ugly shut your ugly ass up, boy. In the dude in the back, you like a suicide girl from Halo 3, your ass ugly boy. Hey yo, EDP, your ridiculous pants. Tell me why your ears are in the nether, your eyebrows are on max brightness, and your neck is an incognito mode, boy. You like the Muffin Man's drug dealer, boy. You got a level 6 diglet sticking out the top of your head, boy.
What made PackGOD's content particularly concerning wasn't just its lack of substance.
Also, level 6 diglet sticking at the top of your head. You could say the level 6 diglet sticking out the top of your sticking out the top of your shirt. Instead, like the diglet being the head instead of sticking out the top of the head. You feel me?
But how it actively encouraged mob behavior. Viewers weren't just laughing at his targets, they encouraged him to harass them further. This pattern of toxic behavior would become PackGOD's signature and ultimately his downfall. And by mid-2024, the cracks in PackGOD's empire were beginning to show. But the real catastrophe did not start with his cringe content, it started with the person who helped him build his channel from the ground up. It began with what fans now refer to as the leg betrayal in 2022. They met in 2020, and after 2 years of a seemingly successful partnership, the avalanche started when Leg suddenly revoked PackGOD's access to their joint channels, social accounts, and revenue streams without any warning.
Blocked my number, removed me as a friend on Discord, and deplatformed me from every single account. You changed the password on the Instagram and kicked me off it. You changed the password on our Twitter and kicked me off it. You changed the password on our SoundCloud and kicked me off it. You changed the password on our Spotify.
And if that wasn't bad enough,
Why?
Leg even took every single cent of revenue along with him.
Spotify,
That's
in
fucked
which
up, though.
you're getting
That is
paid
fucked up.
every single month for the music that I made, and you kicked me off the distro, kid. So now every single month, you will be getting payments from my music and not be giving me one dime.
And all PACKGOD received was just one message saying you will get your cut on September 1st. What followed was a messy public feud with accusations flying from both sides. It started with PACKGOD accusing Leg of sabotaging his business behind his back.
So at this point, Leg is offering to sell both the Void channel and the PACKGOD
Okay,
and Leg
but-
channel. This one.
What the fuck was the reason for this entire drama? Like, did he just not like he said one day Leg decided to do this. Okay, but why? Did he not like PackGOD anymore? Did he find something incriminating about him? Like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? We don't know why.
For
my opinion.
$75,000. So dude's just gonna sell both of our channels and not even ask me.
And ghosting editors who were owed money.
It's done. I say it's ready, and then he ghosts me, and I've spent 120 hours of my time to get no recognition, and video doesn't even get uploaded.
While taking away all the monthly income from these channels.
All that I am asking in this situation is just access back to my rightful 50-50 ownership.
But Leg's response revealed something PACKGOD hoped would stay buried. PACKGOD refused to pay editors for their work. The same person crying about stolen money was allegedly stealing from his own team.
Ooh,
And you
shit.
were never paid or
That's
credited
bad.
for it.
Nope.
So you reached out to PackGod's girlfriend, and you also reached out to him, and you got no response.
That's bad.
Nope.
So right now, Maya and Pat got owe you $30.
That's bad.
Yes.
Okay.
But unfortunately for him, what started as digital drama took a terrifying turn into real-world violence. According to PackGod's own testimony, Leg's friends allegedly orchestrated the swatting of his family home.
What the
Your
fuck?
best friend and the co-owner of your Discord server swatted my family.
The feud became so well known that PackGod even released a Leg diss track that circulated widely on Spotify, targeting Leg with lyrics like, "Stop making effing excuses for being a thieving little rat. When you scammed for those edits, how you gon' barely do work?" Which further turned their personal beef into public content. Their conflict wasn't just a private matter, it had become entertainment for millions, with drama channels producing videos like The Downfall of Leg that documented every messy detail. But despite the betrayal and loss of access to his original channels, PackGod quietly started taking over by creating new Discord and YouTube channels, gaining over 5 million subscribers and hundreds of millions of views by 2025. While
It's me. It's me. It wasn't just me. I was a part of it. But yeah.
PackGod celebrated his fresh start with new channels and millions of subscribers, he failed to address the fundamental flaw.
It was around this time that I started to like actually follow PackGod and shit. Like during this controversy, I didn't hear about it from anyone. I didn't even know there was a controversy going. But I stumbled upon one of his videos. I started watching it. Started following him from this point.
And his content strategy. You can't
But then around this point, I also heard about the controversies that he was going through, and I started questioning shit. So
build an empire on toxicity and
Now we're
expect
here.
it to last. Because while viewers were laughing at what appeared to be unscripted reactions, a very different reality was unfolding behind the scenes, one that would eventually catch up with PackGod in the most dramatic way possible. PackGod's rise wasn't just built on tasteless content, it was built on a foundation of fake authenticity and exploitation that ran far deeper than his audience realized. While PackGod's audience believed they were watching authentic 3 AM chaos, one insider revealed the truth. It was filmed at 2 PM and was scripted, a detail that reveals just how little respect PackGod had for his audience's intelligence. Every single spontaneous roast, every random encounter were all fake, and he was making anywhere from $43 to $700 daily from this deception, according to estimates. But PackGod didn't realize he was creating a ticking time bomb. A viral video by
shit.
YouTuber FlazeFire
what?
debunked his content as overly edited and artificial, revealing awkward
I ain't gonna lie. When I said I was impressed with PackGod's editor because there's always so many edits, at the same time I was wondering if it was a little too much. and now they're saying it's overly edited and artificial. Like I like the edits on Pat God's shit, right? I like that shit. Is it too much? Maybe, but I like the edits. It keeps obviously it keeps attention of some people. Even if you have like ADD or ADHD, it'll keep your attention. Or if you're like some child, but I like the edits on Pat God's shit. It's just like, are they mix and match? Can I trust them? That kind of thing. You feel me? Bro.
Scenes.
Well, after all of my research, I have determined
Debunked his content as overly edited and artificial, revealing awkward and less impressive real interactions behind the scenes.
Well, after all of my research, I have determined that yes, PackGod's videos are fake. Kinda. It's complicated. Because they're fake in the way that professional wrestling is fake, which is to say that the fight is prearranged and the moves are all scripted, and the winner is already decided.
This undermined PackGod's reputation for being a genuine king of roasting and led to a loss of trust among viewers. However, even more concerning was PackGod's deliberate—
So really, in my opinion, what could have been faked was like maybe, like obviously he wasn't freestyling. It wasn't off the top, but I guess what could be fake is maybe they could fake a reaction. Like the other person's reaction or some random shit, but like, I don't think it would help. I don't know, man.
Targeting of vulnerable groups. When he included disclaimers in his video descriptions stating his content was, quote, made for entertainment purposes, the impact of his content told a different story, as it seemed like a move designed to avoid YouTube's anti-bullying policies.
Right.
But here is where things get—
He didn't want to become he didn't want to become another Leafy. Leafy is here. Y'all remember him? Leafy is here is the one that was like kind of like the cyberbully, I guess. He had like huge reports of cyberbullying, if I remember correctly, and his YouTube channel got like demonetized and like he got destroyed, bro. It sucks. It sucks. I wonder if did he ever come back? Let me double check. Leafy is here. Drugs, arrested, and what? Banned. That was 3 weeks ago. By Cluster. Leafy is here, banned 4 years ago. Remember Leafy is here a year ago. Leafy is here. He still has 32.1 thousand subscribers still. And he's been banned, I guess, multiple times, and I guess currently banned. I don't know. I'm waiting for the video to play so I can pause it, but it's not playing. All right, just hit videos. 4 months ago. Ethan boxes key. Okay. All right, so he's able to upload. I guess he's unbanned from YouTube. That's cool. But he's not doing the type of videos that he was doing before. It looks like YouTube big mad at me returning. Leafy is here, re-upload. All right, well, anyway. Yeah. It was the Leafy is here situation.
Even more complicated. PackGod often included links to his targets' social media accounts in his video descriptions. In the video The Truth About PackGod, he claimed this was actually helping these individuals by giving them exposure, like one video featuring an e-girl where he linked directly to her Discord server.
What happens, guys, is that a lot of times people either A, just after the fact come to me and they're like, hey, like, can you just plug my social medias in the videos? And I'm like, sure. Or B, they're like, the only way I'm cool with this video even staying up is if you put my social medias in the descriptions. So that's why, like, I even do that in the first place. I'm not trying to send a hate wave towards anybody, and I haven't actually put anybody's social media in the description of a video that they themselves.
okay, you may not be trying to send a hate wave, but the fact that you're explaining things right now, and you've already said that yes, you put their social media in the description. After you roast them, people might go to your description, look at the the sources, like who you're talking about, their ass and everything, and then that you, even though you might not be intentionally sending a hate wave, you just finished roasting them, and your audience just finished watching that video, so they might go to the description, see where that person can be found, and then hate on them on their own, purpose. You may not be intentionally trying to send a hate wave, but you might still be sending a hate wave. Feel me? Like, it might be unintentional hate wave send.
Himself have not wanted it to be there.
But this explanation falls apart when you look at the power dynamic. A creator with millions of followers directing traffic to smaller accounts creates a flood of attention that can quickly turn toxic, especially when most of those followers are middle schoolers and have watched 10 minutes of their idol aggressively roasting that person.
Damn.
Whether this was exploitation disguised as promotion or genuine cross-promotion is something his viewers began questioning more and more. He made fun of a teenage girl, then afterward linked their Instagram in the bio, encouraging his followers to arrest them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are gonna see your beats or your roast, and then they're gonna check your description and, oh, this is the person he was roasting. Let me go say whatever I want, or do whatever I want with that information. So, in my opinion, if you're roasting someone, okay, yes, I agree on putting their socials in the description, but at least add like a tag or some shit that says like, do not hate on this person. Don't, talk shit about them. Don't do anything like that. They're cool. They're cool. I just want you to get to know them like I did. Anyway, something that prevents, some stopper that prevents your audience hating on them.
Don't you think that's a bit effed up? But if you think fake content was bad, wait until you see what his fanbase became, because unfortunately for PackGOD, his most dedicated viewers would become one of the primary reasons for his downfall. What started as an enthusiastic community quickly devolved into one of the most toxic fan bases I have ever seen. And his comment section is full of misogyny too whenever he insults a woman. By mid-2024, PackGOD's fanbase had become so insufferable that they themselves became targets for ridicule across social media.
What the hell is wrong? Oh my god. PackGOD humble! Boy, you need to shut your skin tone, Google Chrome, Garden Gnome, flip phone. Oh! That's right.
God damn.
PackGOD, we just humbled her.
The phrase average PackGOD fan became shorthand for someone with no original thoughts, desperately trying to imitate their favorite creator's style, but failing miserably. This created a devastating snowball effect as a result. As more people began associating PackGOD's content with his cringe fanbase, it became socially toxic to admit you watched his videos. Former fans started distancing themselves, not wanting to be lumped in with the stereotype of a PackGOD viewer, typically portrayed as an immature teenager who thinks screaming nonsensical insults means peak comedy. I used to be a PackGIF mead writer a few years ago and loved anything he made. Now I realize he just throws a bunch of random stuff together and calls it a roast. He's so cringe now, I regret watching him. However, the mockery extended beyond just the fanbase. People began dissecting PackGOD's actual content, pointing.
Honestly, you think the mockery up to a point would like get him some maybe not notoriety. That's not the word. That's not the word I'm looking for. But like some popularity, but like a little bit of negative, with a little bit of negative shit. Maybe notoriety is the word I'm looking for. I don't know.
Insult means peak comedy. I used to be a PackGIF mead writer a few years ago and loved anything he made. Now I realize he just throws a bunch of random stuff together and calls it a roast. He's so.
Again, it's kind of like in the Eminem when he first started rapping or freestyling like situation. He, like, you saw the clip, he was saying, he did his thing, but he did it because he rapped fast because nobody was really paying attention. It just sounded good. Yo, what up for what? How you doing, bro? Hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, all the above. I'm chilling, bro. We watching watching a video on why no one respects PACKGOD. You know, the guy who roasts people and just this thing. Yo, what up, woke man on YouTube on Kick. Hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, all the above. I was engrossed in this video, so I wasn't really paying attention to the chat. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good, bro. I'm doing pretty good. Don't be streaming while doing this. What the fuck? Okay, internet speed. What are you talking about? Don't be streaming while doing what? Anyway.
Cringe now, I regret watching him. However, the mockery extended beyond just the fanbase. People began dissecting PACKGOD's actual content, pointing out how his once sharp roast.
I know you can see the Death Note poster in the back behind me, so asking me if I mess with anime is a funny question, and it makes me want to ask you if you're just here to try to sell me something, and which I'm going to say no. I don't want to buy any graphics or anything. I graduated from college with a graphic design degree. If I want to make graphics, I'll do it myself.
Had devolved into meaningless word salad. All he does is scream random things into the mic, which does not deserve 5 million subs. He always, most of the time...
Okay, but he still made it sound good, and he still got 5 million subs. You can say that, but you can hate as well. But at the same time, like, man's making money. He's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Good for him. Like, I'm trying to do the same shit, but my own path. You know what I'm saying?
Uses the same insults on different people.
Like, there's no way they genuinely thought his roasts were good. You can't even understand them. It'll literally just be noise.
The more people mocked both PACKGOD and...
I mean, I get what they're saying, because, like, if you listen to PACKGOD's, like, diss tracks, I guess, or his videos, he does rap fast. And if you're actually listening, not gonna lie, sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it's like, wait, what? But people like it. He makes it, like I said, he makes it sound good, and he gets people interested. That's all that matters in the end.
His fans, the more reasonable viewers abandoned ship. But the most powerful blow to PACKGOD's reputation came from his own audience, as one stream with Low Tier God changed everything.
Oh shit, here we go.
I don't know where you got that information from, but I think you're horribly mistaken.
Somebody said he was 5'1". Is that true?
No, I already told you how tall.
Bro, let me look this dude up. What the fuck?
After this, a meme about his height being 5'1" became a shorthand way for viewers to mock him. The community that once celebrated his aggressive roasting style.
Bro, Kevin Hart is like what? How tall is Kevin Hart? He's like 5'5", 5'6", maybe 5'2". Kevin Hart height. Yeah, I like how we type in Kevin Hart, and like one of the first things that popped up is height. Kevin Hart height. Kevin Hart 5'5". Kevin Hart is 5'5". So if PACKGOD was 5'1", that's shorter than Kevin Hart, bro. I think Kyson has like 5'6". Short as fuck too.
Had turned his own tactics against him, collectively described.
If PACKGOD is 5'1", damn. Maybe that's why he hides behind the dude from One Punch anime.
Him as corny, cringe, and declaring that being a PACKGOD fan in 2025 is embarrassing. The question isn't whether PACKGOD's career is over, it's how he lasted this long. It's no surprise that as of May 2025, PACKGOD's channel sits stagnant at 5.24 million subscribers, a number that hasn't...
Okay, stagnant? You can say stagnant, but like low key, that's a lot of fucking subscribers. You know what I'm saying? That's a ton of fucking subscribers. So stagnant, sure, but 5.24 mil is a good point to be stagnant at. What is he at right now? Have people unsubscribe? If they have, I wouldn't be surprised. If they haven't, I still wouldn't be surprised. I don't give a shit. Let me see. Oh, wait. Nope. 5.26. 5.24. 5.26. Hold on, let me show you. You can't see that shit. Hold on. Let me show you. He's at 5.26 right now. So 5.24 here. This video was made when? 10 days ago. 5.26 here on his actual channel. So I don't know if your video worked, my guy. What did he do in the last 10 days? There's 6 months. That's 6 months ago. 1 month ago. In the last 10 days, he did nothing, but he gained he gained 200,000 subscribers. Okay. All right. BB Jess something. All right, give me a second, Jess.
Meaningfully increased in
I'm gonna finish this reaction.
months. His Instagram and X engagement have plummeted, with most comments coming from a small but vocal group of anti-furry supporters who remain loyal despite the controversy. However, the financial devastation
Alright, I read your whole thing.
Tells the real story. In
Batman
April 2024, PackGOD was pulling an estimated $18,000 monthly, enough to live comfortably while screaming nonsense at teenagers. Fast forward to April 2025, and those earnings have crashed to mere hundreds per day. Given PackGOD's content,
18K a month is pretty good though. Like it's fucking, but for his shit to like start to crash, that sucks. That's gotta suck. Especially if like YouTube is like your mainstream content, like money, like you really make money.
Style, often controversial, profane, and sometimes age-restricted, it's possible that YouTube's algorithm actively suppresses his videos to avoid promoting content that risks violating guidelines or advertiser preferences.
You know what? I think that's pretty much being shadow banned, and I feel like I'm shadow banned on YouTube as well. I don't know. I hope not, but it maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if I was. At the same time,
As the internet continues to evolve, creators who prioritize engagement through toxicity might generate short-term success, but it creates a foundation too fragile to sustain. PackGOD's downfall proves a simple truth. When you teach an audience that harassment is content, don't act surprised when they apply those lessons to you. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably like these ones.
That's true. If you preach around or go around doing nothing but like not harmful, but like harassment as content, if people do that same shit to you, you got basically it's like if you dish it, you better be able to take it, right? If you can't take it, then why dish it in the first place? But yeah, shout out to Ryan Pictures. Links to the video, links to his channel will both be in the description below, so be sure to check him out. And as always, don't forget to do 3 things I like to ask you to do, and like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And you know what? And after that, you know what it is. In case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace. Much love to you.